Welcome back to another final table commentary. If at any point in time you find yourself not caring for the commentary, just go check out BCP Poker Replays on the old YouTube. That's where I get all the content from. There'll be a link in the description to the video and their account. So yeah, let's hop into the show here. Got a stacked final table in the 1K main event from Scoop 2024. We got 5-9 of spades, who I'm just going to call spades from here on out. Go tell us go with the king and the jack in the small blind. We got Paulo, Leo, If You're Good, Poker Horse with a big stack, Henry with another big stack, Coco Jones off 16, Havana with 10. I don't know if I said your name yet. Anyways, the king jack rips and gets it on through. Go tell us go picks up an ace and a queen the very next hand. What the hell's going to happen here? They could go for the min raise off 14. They could go for the all in. They could go for the non-all-in but big size. We'll see what happens here. Boopity-doo. 7.5 blinds to go. Pretty well all in. But like I said, not all in, but using a big size with the ace-queen. Could have gone for the min-raise. Maybe would have got some action from the ace-8, but I think Paulo in the end would still just land on a fold. So we move along. Paulo gets the queen and the queen the very next hand. Go tell us go with a suited ace. We'll see if he opens it up or not. Doopity-doo. What size will he go? Surely we don't use the 7.5 big blind size this time around. Go tell us go does just use the min raise. Facing a super small 3-bet. Out of position. Getting a good price. Still probably going to have to land on the fold. Your ace deuce doesn't flop super well. Could 4-bet all in. Uh-oh, deep in the tank. Don't do it. Good stuff. Go tell us go. Just moves along. Avoids the danger. 8-7 of spades for 5-9 of spades. That's kind of cool. Goes in the tank for a second and does decide to open this up. Paulo with ace-10. In the cutoff position. Has to let it go. Poker Horse will defend their big blind. 6-4-3, 2 spades for 5-9 of spades. Doopity-doo. Look at all the spades going on here. This is so cool. One big blind bet from the player in position. Poker Horse in a weird spot with the backdoor draws. Backdoor clubs, backdoor straight draws. Goes for the check raise. Only 3.5 blinds. Very small bet. Still putting the pressure on the 8 high with the flush draw and straight draw. 4 on the turn is a complete brick. Poker Horse goes in the tank and he checks it on over. I mean, he doesn't pick up any equity, so what can you really do with king 8 and you face a 3 big blind bet? This probably works, because again, you can't do much here with your king 8. Hard to know you're dominating your opponent. Ba-ba-dee-doo. The king 8 folds. We move along. Go tell us go with pocket rockets. Playing off 13 big blinds. We'll eventually land on the min raise. Doesn't look like they're going to get any action here. Henry in the big with 10-4-0. Thinks about it, but he does just find the fold. 5-9 of spades, opening up the ace-queen. Paulo with the king and the king. Few seats over, goes for the 3-bet. Ace-queen is a strong holding. Not easy to fold pre-flop, but look at this. 5-9 of spades just moves right on along with the ace-queen. Doesn't give a shit. Paulo with a very strong holding. Didn't get paid there this time. Same with the queens. Not getting too much action. Getting a few 3-bets through. Doopity-doo. Go tell us go with ace-10 of diamonds. Goes for the open. The min raise off 15 blinds. Coco in the small with king-queen will just let it go. You can't really call. Doesn't look like a spot where you want to jam an early position raise from a short stack. Coco just moves along. Picks up a suited ace. If you're good as well with the suited ace and 5 bigs, we'll see if he takes the spot away from Coco. Does make it 3.6 blinds, pretty well committing himself to the pot. Boopity doo. It does fold around to the king high in the big blind, and 5-9 of spades just lets that go. Doopity doo. 5-9 of spades with a very interesting hand, or very interesting name, sorry. The hand isn't super interesting. They do have the 5 of spades, but they got the 6 of diamonds, and that sucks. It's a little connected. But nonetheless, their name's super interesting. I don't know what the hell to say. Feel like you just have to say the whole thing. 5-9 of spades from the small blind, plays min raise. Go tellers go with an ace. In a weird spot, playing 17.5 blinds deep. Does play call, and look at this, 5-9 of spades, flops the straight. Doopity doo, doopity doo. Go tellers go doesn't have anything, so they see a big old bet. And they'll eventually find the fold with the ace high. Doopity doo, doopity doo doo. Looks like a bunch of junk hands. Coco folds the best of it with king 9, or the most playability. Paulo in the big with an ace. Is going to be in a weird spot here. Faces the min raise from the button. 10-2 opening super wide here. Flopping top pair though. That's good news for 5-9. Doopity doo. Paulo faces another we see another big bet from 5-9 of spades. This time in position. The bet will get through. Ace king for if you're good. That looks like a strong hand, and Havana's going to have a decision with the ace 10 suited. Sees an under the gun jam for 7 blinds. Hopefully they can just fold. Haven't had too many strong holdings, so the ace 10 does look pretty. But good shit, Havana just folds and moves along. Ace 8 suited for Poker Horse. And then an ace queen suited for Henry. We'll see how they go about things. They just start things off with a call. Coco lets go a king queen O. This should get around to the big blind, and if you're good, should also find a fold with the jack deuce. Alrighty, so we got a flop. 8-5-3. Top pair, top kicker for Poker Horse. Out of position, starts things off with a check. Henry with the backdoor club draw. They both have the backdoor straight draw. We see a 7 of spades on the turn, so that's no help for Henry. Doop-a-doo. Lucky for them, Poker's checking it on over to him. Both on flop and turn. Henry puts in a small bet here. Looks like he's going to buy himself some showdown. Poker Horse will check. And Henry checks the ace queen. 11 blinds slide Poker Horse's way. It's a nice pot for them, bringing them up to 41 bigs now. Has an ace in the big blind and a bunch of shit hands for their opponents. We'll see what the heck is going to happen here. Queen 9 in a weird spot. Do we limp? Probably not. Do we jam? Yikes. I don't know. If you're good, does land on the fold. Queen 9 feels like it's playable, but off of 8 big blinds. And then you've got Havana chilling at 6. Feels like a spot where you just want to fold and move along. Find a better spot. Because if you win the 2 big blinds in the middle, you're up to 10 blinds, and that's not really helpful. Coco still covers you. Go Tellers Go still covers you. If you get it all in and you lose, well shit, you're out in 9th. Right? 8th, sorry. Anyways, we're going to move along. Paulo with the ace queen goes for the open. And doesn't get any action. Queen 10 suited for Havana. We'll see what they think about that. They do use this as an all-in. Under the gun with 6 bigs. Go Tellers Go with a suited ace. Will reluctantly let this go. 7s for Paulo. Probably going to hit the muck as well. Do-ba-dee-do-do-do-ba-dee-do-do. Folds around the small blind, and the 7-8 hits the muck, and the other queen high hits the muck in the big. So Havana gets one through, 7 blinds now, with 1 in the middle. Queen 9 in the big blind. Henry with a suited ace looks like an open. Oh, do we jam? We're playing like 10 big blinds deep. Henry does just jam it. This will get through pre-flop. Paulo with a suited king. We'll see if he plays this from early position. Raising into 5-9 of spades is big blind. Probably not. Folds around the small. Havana with a king. Could see an all-in here. Havana does take the spot, rips it in, and gets 9 high to fold. Good news for Havana. 9 blinds now, and they are ahead of If You're Good. Just behind Coco, and just behind Go Tell Us Go. Anyways, Leo we'll get to hear from, finally, with the pocket 10s, but they don't get no action. Poker Horse thinks about it for a second with 5-7 of spades, but they'll let that go, giving Henry the chance to open ace 2 of diamonds. Havana, let's go a queen jack suited. We get a 3-bet from the king, 3 of hearts. 5-9 of spades from the button. Says, move along, Henry. I'm not even going to give you a great price here. It's 5 more to call. And Henry lets go of the best of it. No surprise there with the ace deuce. We could go for a 4-bet. That would have been interesting. If You're Good takes the spot with king jack suited under the gun. Puts in most of his chips, just in case there's a couple of callers or an all-in or some shit. Somebody obviously has a strong pocket pair or ace king. Maybe you let it go. They get it through pre. Anyways, we move along. 5-9 of spades with queen 4 diamonds. Says, this is good enough for me. I'm the big stack. You guys will just fold. Fuck off. If You're Good with an ace in the big blind, might actually not fold. Could jam, could call. If he knew 5-9 of spades was opening this wide, which he should know. Wouldn't be too bad of a spot just to rip and buy the pot pre-flop. If You're Good says, I want to preserve my life. Let's go take this post flop. We see a jack 7-5 flop. The flop goes check, check. Deuce on the turn. Surely 5-9 of spades knows his queen high isn't going to be good here enough to show it down. We get to the king on the river. If somehow If You're Good gets showdown, he's got the best of it. Checks it on over. Why would he bet? That doesn't make any sense. Does see a 2 big blind bet on the river. 5-9 of spades, of course, knows that queen high is probably no good. Does get a fold from the ace high. Good shit from 5-9 of spades there. Unfortunate for If You're Good, who's down to 7 blinds. 10 and a 10 for Havana. They'll just rip it on in. For it around 9 blinds. Leo with pocket queens. Hanging out on the button. Leo thinks about it for a second and will eventually put their chips in the middle. Any 10s dealer? How about an 8 or something? Nope. I suppose some of those straight outs to the queen wouldn't have even helped, as Leo could have made a boat. But the queens hold. Leo gets the knockout. This isn't a knockout tournament, so that doesn't matter. Everybody gets a ladder. Poker Horse got jacks. Henry with the king-queen suited. Are we going 3 ways to a flop? Henry might raise this. They play call instead and flop the toppest of pairs. That's good news for Henry. But look at the board. Paulo with the flush draw and straight draw to the jack. Poker Horse with 2 jacks. Pretty strong pocket pair. The flop checks around. We get a deuce on the turn. Poker Horse in the tank. Leads out for 2.3 blinds with the pair of jacks. Henry sitting there again with the best of it. Puts in the re-raise. Then Paulo sitting here with the flush draw and straight draw. Lets it go. Poker Horse getting a fair price to go along to the river. There's so many damn draws out there. 10 on the river that completes the clubs. goes check, check, and Henry takes a nice pot. Five, nine of spades with ace 3 opens it up from under the gun and gets it through pre. That's good news for them. The hand can flop well, but to take down the blinds is okay. Leo with king, that's a queen. Queen 10 of spades goes for the open. Henry with an ace on the button will let it go. Not very playable, that ace 6. What do we got going on here? Bunch of bullshit. Poker stars. Oh, and look at this. Henry takes the spot with 6-4. Wasn't expecting this. AC deucey in the big blind for go tell as go. 8 blinds behind. Another weird spot. These short stacks are getting ace highs in the big, facing min raise, and Henry flops a frickin' straight. Go tell as go, not running too well. Has the straight draw to the 4 and backdoor hearts. We'll see if he comes along to the turn. The bet is 1 big blind. Who knows what to do off of 7 blinds here. Go tell as go says, I'm just gonna fold. Get me out of here. Good timing on that, because Henry had the friggin' nuts. Henry right back in there with the ace 8-0. Paulo in the big blind with queen 5 of diamonds. Let's go to the flop dealer. Oh no, Paulo says I'm just going to preserve chips. Look at those 2 shorties. I just got to wait for them to bust. Henry will be right back in there with a pocket pair of 6s. Go tell his go. With the ace and the queen, they're going to stick it all in. Looks like we're going to have a flip here with at least an ace dead. Paulo in the small. Ace 9 suited, we'll let it go. 6s call. Ace queen on the flop, but there's a 6. Oh, but a queen on the river changes things up, giving go tell his go a friggin' boat. Henry making a boat, but his boat was no good. And Henry right back in there for a 4th hand in a row, I believe. Facing a 3-bet from the king 4 of diamonds. 5-9 of spades using another suited king. This time it doesn't look like it's going to work out for him as well, but what the hell is Henry going to do facing this 3-bet? We have seen a fold from the ace-queen facing a 3-bet earlier. That could happen again. You don't really want to call here. You don't want a 4-bet. So Henry does just land on fold. Just like that, 5-9 of spades gets another one through. Good shit for them. Then an ace and a king. Are you serious, poker stars? Paulo might think this is bullshit. They do fold the suited ace. Pokerhorse has a playable queen 6 of clubs in the big blind. They come along to the ace 7-3 flop. Only 1 club for him. Sees a 2 big blind bet and quickly lets it go. Aces for Leo. Doesn't look like there's any other playable hands. So my excitement was wasted. Leo in the tank, opens it up. 2 big blinds. Henry with 3 deuces, thinking about it. And he folds. Ace 9 will raise under the gun. 5-9 of spades. Sure has been aggressive here. King queen for Leo. Might just fold. A 3-bet would be cool. Doesn't happen this time. Bunch of shit hands here. Henry with a playable king 9 on the button might open this up and get it through pre. Surely we don't fold that on the button. Few more shit hands here. Ace 9 for Pokerhorse. He's gonna think about it, and he does open it up. Deuces for Coco off 2.5 blinds will fold. Jack 10 suited for 5-9 of spades. Just rips it all in for 20 big blinds. Says no problem. This hand's got plenty of equity. Just rips it on in and gets it on through. Coco with an ace and a king. Will he get a call from the big blind? It's 1.4 more to call into about 5.5 blinds. Paulo is getting the right price. Does just have a shitty 9-3 though. In the end, just lets it go. Kisses the big blind in the middle goodbye. Do. Coco folding the queen and the 10. 5-10-0 opens it up from the cutoff. 5-9 of spades, using that big stack to leverage all these opens, the 3 bets. It's been one hell of a showing. Gonna limp in this time. Go tellers go with an ace. What the hell do we do? 12 big blinds? Surely we just fold and move along. We got 2 shorties that we just have to wait till they bust. That's bad news for go tellers go. The ace-8 doesn't necessarily play super well, but in this instance would flop top pair. Would pretty well have the board locked up. If you're good, does flop bottom pair. He got a free flop. What the hell do we do with the king 7? No backdoor club draw. Backdoor straight draw though. We put them all in. If you're good deep in the tank with the pair of 6s, we'll fold. Bad timing. Does get an ace and a king the very next hand, so maybe you'll stay alive. 5-9 of spades opens up the 5-4 of clubs. We will see if 5-9 of spades can smack some 5s and 4s. He smacks both of them. Ace king in a horrific spot. Gonna need a runner under queen jack or ace king. Ace ace would work. King king would work. I mean, there's even some 2-pair counterfeits with like ace 10. That shit doesn't happen though. 5-9 of spades gets the knockout. Everybody gets the ladder. But there's no knockouts. Why do I keep saying that? Anyways, we're gonna move along with one less player. Coco jams in the queen jack. Bad timing. Leo with ace queen. And the ace queen holds. So we get 2 knockouts. It's not a knockout. Fuck me. We get 2 ladders. There we go. Wow, would you look at this? Everybody's got 105k locked up. Next ladder is 147k. So it'd be about a 40k ladder. As 5-9 of spades gets another 3-bet through. This time he had the best of it. He's got 5-9. It's of clubs, but it's still pretty cool. Season opening, so he'll let it go. Anyways, that $40,000 ladder I'm just thinking about. In a 1k buy-in, the main event. Wow. 570 for first place. So we see an ace jack rip it all in. Henry with the queen 10. It's about 8 more blinds to call. Henry says, I don't think I'm priced in here. We do see he had about 40% He can't know that. He could be dominated. In the end, he just folds and moves along. Poker horse with an ace and a jack will open it on up. Gets it through pre-flop. That's no fun. 7-8 suited again for 5-9 of spades. We'll open it up and jacks for Otella's go. 14 big blinds and pocket jacks. We're all in, dealer. He makes it 8.5 blinds pretty well, committing himself to the pot. And 5-9 of spades will fold. King 10 for 5-9 of spades. He's right back in there. We'll see if Henry defends the big with King 8. Very well could. Does find the call. Ace Jack 6 flop. So both players miss here. 5-9 of spades is a straight draw to the queen. Ace high board. So I suppose he didn't really miss, right? Doesn't have a pair, but this is all good news for 5-9 of spades, who faces a check raise from the King 8. Uh-oh. Henry's getting a little bit tricky here. And a queen on the turn, giving 5-9 of spades the frickin' nuts. Henry with some the straight blocker with the king. Bets 3.2 blinds. This is bad timing for Henry. Do the nuts call, and they stay the nuts on the river. 10-8 makes a straight, so Henry's blocking 2 straights here. Who the hell knows what to do with your king 8 now? There's 20 blinds in the middle, and Henry does give up the bluff. Hopefully, right? I suppose the hand's not over yet. 5-9 of spades in the tank, sizing up a river bet. Makes it 15 blinds, so about 75%. Henry doesn't have the opportunity to jam over the top of this anymore. They go deep in the tank just to preserve their preserve face. And they fold, and we move along. Paulo with aces. Bum. Aces open it up. Ace deuce in the big blind for 5-9 of spades off the big stack. Surely we go to the flop here. Might be thinking about a 3-bet, but lands on the call. 9-6-5 flop. That's good news for 5-9 of spades' range, but not their actual holding. Paulo with a weird spot. Does just check back the flop. We get a queen of hearts on the turn, so that completes the hearts. Brings in some more straight draws as well. 5-9 of spades isn't putting any chips in the middle here. Sees about a 3 big blind bet on the turn. And can have an easy fold now. Going in the tank though. Uh-oh. Okay, good stuff. They fold and move along. Leo gonna take a spot here with ace 3-0 from early position. I guess now that... yeah, early-ish position. 10-5-0 will eventually let it go. King 7 of hearts in the big blind. This is a weird spot for go tell us go. Leo does use the big size 2.5x. Go tell us go does still call with the suited ace, and he flops the backdoor nut flush draw. Leo with top and bottom pair. Oh, he bets a little bit too big here, and that's going to be an easy fold for go tell us go. Although, to be fair, a 1 big blind bet might also generate a fold, so maybe Leo says, let's just frickin' bet my 2 pair, like I got 2 pair right here and now. Try to get it all in up by the turn. 5-9 of spades for about 18 blinds, rips in ace 6-0 and gets it through preflop. Ba-ba-da-doo. Queen 5 will hit the muck. Go tell us go with queen 10 and 12 blinds. Weird spot for them. They go for the min raise. Jamming sure would feel wrong. Ace 4 for Paulo folds. Deuces in the big. Who the hell knows what to do here with deuces? Leo calls. Ace 8, 6 flop. Good board for go tell us go to put out a bet. They do bet a big blind, and the bet will work. They're up to 15 big blinds now. Uh-oh. 9-9 for 5-9 of spades. We got jacks in the small blind. Right after Poker Horse gets a walk, wakes up with pocket jacks. Sees an open from the big stack. Things couldn't get better for him. He's got the dominating pair. Looks like he'll be getting a double up, unless 5-9 of spades can make a great fold here. It is kind of weird. What do you think about 8-8 in Poker Horse's shoes? What about 7s? 7s feel pretty bad to jam. 8s are pretty close, eh? So then if your opponent's like thinking about that, we got 9-9, and we don't know if he's going to jam 8s. 5-9 of spades, we'll just let go of the 9s. Good shit for them. Saving themselves about 15 big blinds. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice pot with the 9s. Just to lose the minimum. Ace King for Henry, gonna limp it on in. Queen 8 is in the big blind, and it's suited. Flops a straight draw to the 10 in the backdoor club draw. Henry leads out a big blind with the best of it still. Straight draw calls 6 on the turn. Henry thinking things through, and he bets another big blind. He says, come along with your straight draw. And the straight draw just folds, so Henry takes a little pot there with the ace king. Interesting little hand. King jack for poker horse, thinking things through, finds the raise, and it gets through pre-flop. That's good news for them. 20 blinds now. Leo in second place with 28 bigs. Doesn't have a huge lead over anybody. Pretty well anybody's game still. Go tell us Go just one double up away from being in like second place. Who's gonna get lucky? Paulo has not picked up many hands. Gets 3-2 on the button here. And has to let it go, of course. King 6 for Leo. Another player who's had some strong holdings, but other than the aces, I think they had kings or queens or some shit. Same with Paulo. A few strong pocket pairs, kings and queens. But other than that, not too many playable hands. This poker horse turns 2 pair. Not much doing for Leo though, just a straight draw to the 9. Two pair bets 2 blinds, and the bet gets through. Ace jack for Paulo. Oh, bad time to have ace jack. Hopefully just min raises. Good stuff. Ace king just waiting in the big blind. Henry says, yay, an open. Thank God I didn't get walked. I'm all in, dealer. Then Paulo's got one hell of a decision to make here. Hopefully he can find the fold. Just keep those 14 blinds and move along. Hasn't had too many strong holdings. So the fact that he's opening up now should signal to the table, hey, I've got something strong. So when you do face action, Paulo says ace jack may just not be good enough to find the call, and he does fold. Good shit. Good stuff by Paulo. Just keep yourself alive. Wait for a better spot. It's like Henry could have just called there and went to the flop. Paulo reads Henry like a book, making the good fold with ace jack. Anyways, we move along. Poker horse with ducks, and he faces an all in. 5-9 of spades. It looks like he'll get another 3-bet through. I don't know if one has been called yet. Do, and he's got a huge old stack because of it. Playing some good cards. His king 10 in the small blind. Henry opens the button, and 5-9 of spades just rips it on in. Henry won't get to go post flop with him. Doesn't get the opportunity to 4-bet all in. Just faces the 3-bet all in, and he has to fold. I mean, just what's so crazy about that is how annoying it is for Henry. He's like, come on, man, I've got a suited king. Let me go to the flop. Uh-oh. Ace 10 waiting in the big blind. We'll see if Paulo finds the call this time. He will have the best of it. 3 on the flop. Any aces or 10s? Ace on the river. Paulo does survive. Oh, that was a scary one. Almost a pair of 3s one. Uh-oh. Poker horse got jacks. Leo got the ace 10. There's so much shit happening. Or not ace 10. He's got ace. How does this one go down? Leo gonna go for a 3-bet. Probably not all in. Do we ever just call? No, goes for the 3-bet. I was just wondering, do we take this post flop? No. Leo says, let's just go for the frickin' 3-bet. Let's get some money in the middle here. Jack for poker horse. Does just call ace 4 flop. That could save poker horse. Although if there's 2 aces on the board, how likely is it that your opponent has an ace? Could Leo be doing this with 10s and 9s? Maybe. Poker horse comes along to the 2 on the turn, giving them a flush draw to the heart. 4 of a kind for Leo. Betting real small, keeping the jacks in there. Surely they don't fold, getting such a good price. Is this ever like king, queen, or some stupid shit? Just some two broadways? They don't even need to have a heart. They could just fire the trigger on the river here. 7.8 blinds, leaving Poker Horse with about 1 blind behind. He finds the call with the flush. Oh no, and then he gets 3-8 in the big blind. That was a huge pot going Leo's way. 42 blinds for him. Poker Horse pretty well out of here. Paulo's got 9s, goes for the open. Oh, and a 9 on the flop. Poker Horse has no outs. And they're out of here. That was pretty rude, Poker Stars, giving them jacks when you had to give Leo aces. What's that about, eh? Leo now with the big stack, and 10-7 suited will raise the button. This should be fun to see now that Leo's got the playing chips. And we've got frickin' top pair versus the open-ender. And now we got top 2 versus the frickin' nuts. We got 5 blinds in the middle, 40 behind. How does 5-9 of spades extract the most value? Starts things off with the lead on the turn. Leo just calls and we get 4 on the river. Leo, I don't think, is afraid of that 4. Although he loses to any 4. He loses to 8-9, 8-5. Leo is not going to fold top 2 in this situation. And just like that, 5-9 of spades takes a huge pot off Leo. And Paulo's in second place now with 30 blinds. Dang, so just like that, Poker Stars gave Leo a bunch of chips with the aces. Took him right back. Put him in 5-9 of spades is stack. That's a hard sentence to say. King 9 for 5-9 of spades. They're going to open this up from the cutoff. And they might just get it through pre-flop. Queen 3 went in the tank for Go Tell Us Go. But off of 8 blinds, they can't do nothing about this. They just gotta fold. 8-10 will go for a big raise pre-flop. This one looks like it'll get through again. Sevens for Leo. Queen 9 for Paulo. Paulo will fold the Queen 9. 7's on the button. Surely we don't fold this. Go for the min raise and 2 shit hands in the blinds. They'll both fold and we'll move along. Poker Stars, give us some action. Where's our aces versus jacks? Come on. We get an ace deuce versus ace 10. Go Tell Us Go is facing the all in. He surely isn't folding ace 10 here. Sweating a deuce. And he sweats the deuce. Good stuff. Gets the full double. Poker Stars gave us some action, so we're appreciative of it. 5-9 of spades still with 67 blinds in the commanding chip lead. Henry with the queen jack facing the all in. What a horrific spot. 20 blinds. It's like, are you serious, Poker Stars? Why are my opponents jamming on me every time I open a reasonable hand? Says Henry in his head to himself. Ace jack goes for a raise from the cutoff. Ace jack calls the small blind. And Leo with the king jack, thinking things through, might put in a 3-bet here. Just jams, gets, whoa, 24 blinds. Will he get the folds? Ace jack of spades hit the muck. How do we call from the small here with ace jack? Surely it folds too. Paulo folds, and just like that, Leo steals a nice pot there, being completely dominated. Good shit, Leo. 28 blinds for him. Just behind Paulo. Looks like it'll fold to him in the small with the suited king. We'll see how he goes about this. Playing 18 blinds deep with Henry. Could go for the raise, could limp. Can't fold. Oh wow, he jams. Henry says, okay, bucko. That's how things are gonna go. I have to fold. I'm gonna think about it for a little bit, and then I'm gonna fold. Go Tell Us Go with ace 4 suited. We'll see what they do off of 13 blinds. They go for the min raise. Paulo with a playable 7-6 suited off of a medium stack has to let it go. Ace 4 in the big blind for 5-9 of spades. They both flop top pair, top kicker. Go tellers go, sizing up a bet. Makes it 1.1 blinds. We could see a check raise from the top pair, top kicker. That we do. Go tellers go in a weird spot with ace 4. Teach us what to do, bucko. Jam it all in. Does ace 4 call it off? Holy shit, what a weird pot. Diamond. Oh, okay, no sweat. 27 blinds will just get chopped up. Do-buddy do, do-buddy do. That 3-bet on the flop is pretty scary to call it all off with. Feels like I would have landed on a fold, to be honest with you. Do. But then, do you check raise if you're going to have to check raise fold? Interesting pot. Maybe I just land on a check call on the flop, but maybe that's bad news, bears. 5-9 of spades teaching us what to do. He says, check raise the flop and call the all in. You pansy ass. We move along. Queen 7 flopping a pair of 7s and the flush draw to boot. Paulo in the big blind, out of position with the queen jack. Has the straight draw to the 9. Does a good job of blocking top pairs. And he also blocks jack 9, the straight. He leads out the turn for 2 blinds. The flush drawn pair calls. Paulo in a weird spot as the board pairs. I already said that. 10 blind bet into 7.5. Paulo's been so quiet. This bet will get respect. And it gets through. 5-9 of spades. Let's go the best of it there. If only he knew. Paulo from the small goes 3 blinds, putting a lot of pressure on Leo. 5-9 can't do too much here. So Leo lets it go. Ooh, jack for Paulo. Henry with 10-9 in the big blind might play call. Might just fold and preserve the chips. We'll see what happens. Goes in the tank, thinking it through. Plays call, jack high board. Good news for Paulo. Henry has the backdoor straight draw, the backdoor flush draw. This is a check raising hand. Uh-oh, Henry's thinking about it. Don't do it. Ah, and he makes the check raise. 2.4 blinds. Paulo licking his chops, turns a boat. No equity for Henry, so it's bad time to turn a boat. Henry has stacked the pot ratio 1-1. Oh my lord, if we're gonna bluff, what do we bet? 3.2 blinds. Oh no. Henry did give up one of their earlier bluffs on the river. It was like king 8 on an ace high board, where 5-9 of spades turned the straight. Hopefully we give it up. He's blocking the flush. Check and give up. Just give it up. Okay, Henry survives. Henry doesn't shoot himself in the head, just in the foot. Paulo goes for some juicy value. With the full house, the flush completes. He's just loving life. The only thing better would be a call. In the end, still a huge pot going Paulo's way. They're up to 40 blinds now. Right behind 5-9 of spades. They get a king 10 of clubs the very next hand. Looks like he'll be right back in there. 2 blinds is the bet. You get a king 10 in the big blind. We go along to the 10-3-2 flop. 1 club for Paulo. Both players with top pair, second best kicker. 1.5 blinds, 1.25 blinds is the bet. We do see another check raise from 5-9 of spades. Paulo calls a club on the turn. Uh-oh. I think everybody's kind of rooting for a club here. Ah, no, but that'd be so rude. 5-9 of spades. He's played such a good game. Thank God PokerStars didn't do him dirty like that. He's going to go for a little value bet, and Paulo, I don't think we're going to raise for value. We got a strong holding, but we really just hope to win. And they chop it up. That's no fun. Ace 10 for Paulo. It's suited. He'll be right back in there. Go tell his go with a king in the big blind off 11. Might come along to the flop. I don't think we ever raise, so it's only call or fold. They say fold. Henry with Jack 10 suited. Does stick in half his stack. This looks like it will get through. Go tell his go can't call with the ace 5. Paulo with 9-5 of diamonds. We'll let it go as well. Oh, whoa. Tellers is deep in the tank. Was thinking about sticking it in there with the ace 5. King Jack for 5-9 of spades. They're going to open it on up. Paulo with a pocket pair. Leo with a pocket pair. Ooh. Paulo calls from the small, facing the big raise, giving Leo a chance to come along as well. Ace, Queen 8 flop. Straight draw for 5-9 of spades to the 10. Plus it's an ace-high board. This looks all good news for him. Does just check it back, and he binks another Broadway draw. The two pocket pairs both have a heart draw. Hopefully for 5-9 of spades' sake, he can put out a bet. Hopefully we don't just check it back and give him a free river. Do 5 blinds is the bet. And then 5s can fold and 7s can fold, and we can move along. There we go. Queen Jack. 5-9 of spades is right back in there, and Leo's got aces again. 3-bet incoming. Off of 20 blinds, it will be interesting to see Leo's size. Uses the 6 big blind bet again. Leaving himself with about 14 behind. 5-9 of spades just folds the Queen Jack, and we move right on along. Wow. Jack 10 for Paulo. Just gonna let it go. 5-9 of spades getting a walk. Jack 10 for Leo. They're gonna fold. Queen 7 in the small blind for 5-9 of spades. Jams it all in. Go tell his go with the suited king. Has the best of it, and we see he's the equity favorite, but is still probably gonna land on a fold. Jack's in the big blind for Paulo. Queen 8 will raise the button. Paulo thinking things through. Just plays call, and it's good timing. King Queen 2 flop. Hopefully Paulo doesn't put too many chips in the middle here. 5-9 of spades might check back the flop. He bets a big blind. Paulo calls. 6 of diamonds on the turn, bringing in a flush draw. Not for anybody in the hand, but just on the board. Turn goes check, check, deuce on the river. Jacks put out a little blocker-ish bet, try to get called by a 6. Maybe 9s through 10s, or 9s and 10s. 8 7s. The pair of queens calls and shows Paulo the bad news. Very small pot, but each one matters right now. Ace 10 for Leo plays call. We both flop top pair. Bad timing to be Leo. 5-9 of spades bets 2 blinds. Hopefully Leo is in check call mode. Leo calls. 5 on the turn. Brings in another flush draw. We are going to see another bet, surely. 3.5 blinds. Leo's getting a great price to come along. Oh, and doesn't raising to protect your equity seem tempting? Leo does just call. Does ace queen go for 3 streets is the question. It does. It's another small bet though. 5 blinds into 20 some. Leo plays call, of course, and he sees the bad news. He's down to 10 bigs. Oh no, what a nice play by the ace and the queen. Getting 3 streets of value in a cooler situation. Just bad timing to have top pair for Leo. We know 5-9 of spades is opening super wide. We haven't seen him gone 3 streets like that, but you can't fault Leo who has an ace and a queen. He's just going to jam it in for 9 and get it through pre-flop. So Leo's still alive. Has the slight advantage over Tellez. Henry with 4 blinds. How did I forget about that? So Leo could still make a good 150k by just waiting around. King queens for 9 blinds is going to call it off. Flop top pair. No 9, so just like that, 5-9 of spades, doubles up, go Tellez, go. They got an ace and a 10 in the small blind, facing an open from the button. Has a real decision here. Plays 3-bet, pretty well committing himself to the pot. And the king queen is going to have to reluctantly fold. Do 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 do. Bunch of shit here. Apollo with a suited queen. We'll see if he puts some pressure on the big blind. Go Tellez go thinks about it with 9 high, but can't do nothing with that shit. Apollo does just jam it on in. Leo with a king. We'll let it go. Ace deuce for go Tellez go has, I don't know, one of the most playable hands. It's not that playable. He's gonna fold maybe. Yep. King 10 looking at a walk. Unless Leo wants to rip an 8-4. That doesn't make much sense. Just a walk for Henry. King queen suited for go Tellez. Ace 10 for spades in the big blind. We'll eventually get around to him. Leo thinking about it with king 9. Are you gonna do something? Okay, no fold. Ace and a 10. Plays call. King high boards. And 2 hearts for 5-9 of spades. Backdoor straight draw. He's going to need to see a super small bet if go Tellez go wants him to continue. 1.28 blinds is super small, but the ace 10 just finds the fold. Blinds go up. King queen for Paulo. Bum buddy bum. Goes for the open. Go Tellez go with a suited jack in the big blind. I don't know if we want to defend this here. Might just fold. There we go. Just doesn't seem like a spot to play the suited jack. Paulo could have you completely dominated. You don't really have the chips. You've got 2 shorties that you're just waiting for them to bust. Defending the big blind with jack 3 is just going to be a fold now. For go Tellez go anyways. Queen jack suited for Henry, being the shorty. He can just stick this all in. Hope to get it through. King 10 for go Tellez go. Thinking about it. Does potentially dominate some jack 10 suited. Somewhat king 9 suited. He's ahead of the queen jack suited. But then there's all the ace highs. There's the pocket pairs you're flipping with. There's some that dominate you. Go Tellez go says I'm just going to fold and move along. Ace king for Paulo. This looks like it'll be a jam and take it down. Pre-flop with no action. All in from Paulo. And a couple folds. Weird spot for Paulo with the 3-3 playing off 30 blinds. Just lets it go. And 5-9 of spades gets a walk with another ace-10 in the big blind. Folds around a spades in the small. Goes for a 3x. Go tell us go with 6-10. We'll just let it go. Uh-oh, we got an ace and a jack and an ace and a queen and an ace and a 10. Ace jack pretty well sticks it all in. Spades will at least call. Goes for the re-raise. Go tell us go can now fold ace 10. That looks like some pretty scary action. You're just hoping 5-9 of spades has the best of it. We see a jack dead. That's bad news for Henry. He's going to need a jack and only a jack. It does not come. Ace queen holds. Just like that, we're down to 4 players. Leo with 5 blinds. 1 in the middle. A 9 and a 6. He's facing a raise from a 9 and a 6. Go tell us go. Does put in the 3-bet. Super small with ace 4. This should get through. 9-6 is getting a great price, but this looks way too strong. You're probably just not going to have the ability to realize your equity. Doopity doo 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 ba boo. And especially because Go tell us goes off a short stack under 20. Maybe if Go tell us go is super deep and they use a small size, you'd come along to the flop. Anyways, we move along. Queen 8 for Leo. We'll see if he rips it in from the button or just folds. Does take the spot. 10-8 suited. We'll have to fold. And Go tell us go. We'll think about it with king high here. Does stick it in with the king 5. Has the best of it for the time being. Oh my lord. And the king high holds. Leo's out of here. Go tell us go. With the king high, gets it all in. Avoids the straight outs. Avoids the pair outs. And now they find themselves in second place. Got a queen 4 versus a queen and a 7. Queen 4 limping it in. Paulo checks it back. Jack 5-3 flop. Not that interesting really. Not too much happening here. Backdoor flush draw for Paulo. Both players with a backdoor straight draw. Go tell us go. Bets a big blind. King on the turn. Bum ba bum bum. Go tell us go. Looks like they're giving it up. And Queen 7 still plays. So if Go tell us go doesn't bluff here, Paulo's scooping the pot. But Go tell us go bets a big blind. So how do we even call down with queen high? We do have a club blocker. An all in from Paulo. Holy shit, how do we call down is right. Paulo says I'll just use my nut blocker and get the hell out of here, bucko. Nice little pot slide in Paulo's way. As we looked like we were going to stop to talk out a deal, but in the end, looks like we're going to play it out. Ace 3 for Tellez on the button. King 4 in the big blind. We are going to go to the flop. Jack 8-7, all hearts. Interesting stuff for spades. With that 4 of hearts. Although, to be fair, we don't really want to see a bet here. We're going to see it quite often now, aren't we? 1.2 big blinds to go, and the king 4 does just fold. We didn't really want to see a bet on the flop, now did we? Queen Jack for Paulo. Surely we play this. Excuse me. Oh, internet problems. Paulo did play. Queen 4 calls the big. Uh-oh. Paulo with top 2. Go Tellers Go just with a top pair and a shit kicker. Flush completes on the turn. And Paulo's going for another juicy value bet. Queen 4 calls. That's bad news for Tellez. 16 blinds in the middle. 5 on the river. That's a brick. Paulo in the tank. Does just check it back, so Tellez gets showdown, but he loses, so what the fuck does that matter? He will just rip in the ace 8 here. 3-handed, ace 8, pretty damn strong hand. 20 big blinds. Facing a button open from the big stack. Heck yeah, looks good to me. Ace 6 goes for the button open. Paulo with a pocket pair. We'll just let it go. It was the second lowest. 5-4 suited in the big blind will come along to the ace king 9 flop. Top pair with a shit kicker for Tellez. Bets a big blind and he takes it down. Paulo with an ace. Raising the button. Getting some action from the queen 4 in the big. I wonder what Paulo thinks of this. We haven't seen it too much, so Paulo just lets it go. Wowie wee wah. 8-5 raising the button. Go Tellez Go with another ace. This time it's suited, so he plays call from the small. Paulo with Jack 4-0 will let it go. Queen 10-5 flop. Both players with bottom pair. 5-9 of spades in position. Bets 2 blinds. Gets a call. Ace on the turn. Top and bottom now for Tellez. Hopefully for 5-9 of spades they just check. This is a board that they could bet. It looks pretty damn good for the button. King Jack gets there. There's some heart draws. 5-9 of spades with the 5 blocker. He could rep sets. Oh lordy, hopefully he's just giving up. All in and a snap call from Go Tellez Go. Wasn't even going to think about it. Just said, hey, if you got me beat, you got me beat. Just like that, they're up to 55 blinds now. Very comfy first place position. Get to open the 5 deuce from the button now. Doop-a-doo-doo, doop-a-doo-doo. So what a swing that was. 5-9 of spades goes 3 streets. Last time he did that was with the ace queen. Didn't go for the all-in sizing with the ace queen. Went for more of a juicer bet. Boop-a-dee-doo, doop-a-dee-doo-doo. In the end, Go Tellez Go in this instance is the benefit of a huge bluff. Or the beneficiary. Beneficiary? However you say that word. Anyways, moving along from that stumbling, mumbly bullshit. Jack 10 for Go Tellez Go with 3 in a row. Facing a check raise on the flop and he has to let it go. That's no good. King 10 there getting a little bit spicy for 5-9 of spades. 7 deuce gets a walk. That's kind of cool to see. Ace 10. For spades, they're going to open the button. Tellez 3 bets the king 9 instant. Ace 10 going to be super strong holding 3-handed. Could jam, could call. I don't think folding's in play. All in from the ace 10 and this gets through pre-flop. 34 blinds now for spades and he gets another ace 10. Completely dominating Paulo. Paulo just folds. Had 10-4. I don't know why I thought he was going to play it. Ace 8 suited. That's a play from the button. 8 jack in the big blind. We'll see if Tellez calls. He does. 7-5-4 flop. All hearts. Both players with a straight draw to the 6. Tellez obviously with the heart draw. Ace 8 is still the best of it on the turn though. Tellez betting super small. Ace 8 isn't an easy call here, but he still finds it. King on the river. The heart draw misses. Both straight draws miss. Tellez sitting here with the flush blocker. Jack high is not going to win, so he bets 2.7 blinds. And just like on the turn, ace high is not an easy call. On the river, it gets even harder. Paulo finds the fold, and that's a nice little pot sliding Tellez's way. 3-5 goes for the limp, okay. Paulo raising. Tellez folds. A walk for 3-9 for 5-9 of spades. Haven't seen them have 5-9 of spades yet. That's a little bit disappointing. They did have the 5-9 of clubs once, which was cool. This time ace-9 of diamonds. Tellez with 7-6 flops a straight draw to the 8. Middle pair in the backdoor flush draw for spades. They start things off with a 1 big blind bet. Tellez calls, picks up a pair of 7s on the turn. It's another diamond for spades. That's a weird thing to say. Just a weirdly constructed sentence. That's why his name's so interesting. You have to say 5-9 of spades. It's weird to say spades. It's weird to say 5-9. Anyways, 7 on the river. That's pretty good news for Tellez. Three of a kind. Gonna size up a bet. Right around... Do we go like half pot? No, 5.9. We go for a large sizing. I don't know why I thought smaller. Maybe we should just polarize there. Tellez says 3 of a kind or better. Going with the big size from the small this time. 2.7 blinds with the ace-3. And they're going to face an all-in from the 4-4. Surely ace-3 folds. Going to move along. 7-5 for Paulo in the small. Limping it in. Queen 3 checks it back. 10-8-5 flop. No diamonds, but bottom pair for Paulo. They start things off with a check. We get a deuce on the turn. This hand really isn't too exciting here. Paulo checks it on over. Another check back from the queen. High. Clubs complete on the river. Some straights get there. Queen jack. And it checks down. 7-5 is good. Jack 7 for Paulo. We'll let it go. And 6-3 gets a walk for Tellez. Jack jack for 5-9 of spades. Will he get a call from the big blind? 5-4 offsuit will fold. 10-5 suited for Tellez, raises the button. Ace-8 spades for Paulo. Plays call from the small. King 3 in the big blind. Getting a great price, goes for the 3 bet. Surely this works. Ace-8 is in a pickle here. And Paulo does find the fold. Bad news for them. Wow, 5-9 of spades using another king high to get another 3 bet through. They're going to limp on in the jack 10, ace high board. Both players with the backdoor spade draw. Tellez calls with the queen high, good stuff. 3 on the turn. Jack 10 checks it on over. Tellez checks it back. 9 on the river. And it goes check, check. Oh boy. Let's see some spades, poker stars. Jack deuce versus the queen 8, and we get some spades, poker stars. This is what we were looking for. King jack 7 flop. Both players with the flush draw. Tellez with the pair. And the best hand for right now. 6 of diamonds on the turn. Paulo doesn't necessarily pick up any equity. We'll see what happens. Tellez checks. So no straight draw, just the flush draw for Paulo when they check back the turn. 8 blinds in the middle. The flush draws miss. The pair of jacks is good. Paulo just gives it on up. 9s for Tellez. Ace 6 in the big blind for spades. Think we're going to the flop dealer. 9-5-2. Backdoor club draw for spades and backdoor straight draw. Makes a pair of 6s. That won't be enough. Uh-oh. And spades is betting large on the turn here. 3.5 blinds into just under 5. Tellez with the top set. Plays call jack on the river. Another bet from spades. And Tellez is thinking, do I go all in? I lose to jacks 8-7, 3-4. And I'm all in. Okay, not quite. Doopity-doo. Deep in the tank is the pair of 6s. Spades fold. Nicely done. Eventually lands on the fold. Uh-oh. Ace 5 in the small. Paulo with queen 10 in the button. Jams it all in pretty well. Aces in the big blind for Tellez. This is horrific timing for Paulo. He's gonna need to hit some queens or 10s or some clubs or some straight cards. Oh boy, queen on the flop. Any help? A 10 on the river. Just like that, aces get cracked. Go Tellez Go had this thing pretty well locked up. Oh no. Looked like he had about 80 blinds in total coming his way, and he only needed about 17 more to collect, but instead he's got the slight chip advantage over Paulo with 42 blinds to 35, and spades is still in the game with 20. Oh no. Paulo ripping in the queen jack suited here. This will get through. Bad news for Tellez. Looked like he was running hot for quite a while, but then the run ended. Aces get cracked. Ace 6 versus ace 10. Hopefully there's no 6s. For at least Tellez's sake. All in from the ace 6. Ace 10 will find the call. There it is. Oh my lord, he's got a straight draw. The 2 or 7. They all miss. The 6 misses. 5-9 of spades does finally leave. Go Tellez Go. Doesn't, I guess he's the beneficiary of another cooler situation. 5-9 of spades didn't necessarily need to take the spot, but ace 6 surely is good 3-handed. Or could be good 3-handed. Do is limp. Go Tellez Go raises. You just jam it, try to buy the pot. Not this time. Your straight doesn't get there. Go Tellez Go with 60 blinds and 3 in a row. We'll let it go. Oh, so they chop things up. That's good news for them, because they were playing for some, however much. How much was the frickin' 170k? 160k would have been the frickin' heads up battle. 35k left for the champion, so we'll see what the hell happens. Who gets the title? Queen 7 versus Queen 3 to start things off. Tellez in the tank. Oh, goes for the raise. Getting this thing started right away. Queen 7 calls. Ace Queen 5 flop. Tellez bets 2 blinds. Paulo surely gonna come along. Jack on the turn. Boop-a-dee-doo-doo-doo-doo-ba-da-doo. 7 on the river making 2 pair. Paulo has this thing locked up. 12 blinds in the middle. Might be able to get some more. Tellez leads for 4 bigs. Paulo's at least calling. He even puts in the re-raise. This is a big sizing. 9 more to call. Hopefully Go Tellez Go can just find the fold. Nicely done. We move along. Pretty well tied up. Oh shit. Top pair versus bottom 2. Go Tellez Go in position. Uses a huge size on the flop here. 4.2 into 5 blinds. Paulo check raises with top pair. The backdoor flush draw. Backdoor straight draw. All in from the 2 pair. Jack on the turn and a 10 on the river. So Paulo bangs off the straight. Tellez with the 2 pair doesn't hold. Tellez with the aces, it doesn't hold. Oh, it's a story that's being retold. Okay. That was just a bad rhyme. I'm sorry. I saw it coming in my head and I just decided to go with it. I'm getting a little tired. This has been a long show. Oh no, we'll see it again. The top pair. Again, backdoor flush draw to go along with it. Jack on the turn is pretty awesome. Giving him so many more outs. Still has about 30% going to the river. Any jack, queen, 9, 10 will do. We get the 10 of hearts. And Tellez gets second place. That's horrific news for Tellez, eh? What a great game, though. Paulo does get the W. It's fun to see their game, too. Where'd they start this bad boy off? Paulo with 35 blinds. One of the bigger stacks. In 4th place. 6th place? 5th place, I mean. 5th place position. Go Tellez go with the short stack. Starting things off with 13 blinds, pretty much. Found a way to hang on out. Picked up some good cards. They eventually ran pretty well, too, I think. Until the very end when, the aces and the 2-pair didn't hold. Wow. So anyways, if you made it all the way through the show, thanks for checking this shit out. Hopefully we'll see you in another one. Adios, amigos.